Hey guys, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talking about the constructors in the PHP programming language. A constructor in PHP is a special type of functions of a class which is automatically executed as any object of the class is created or initiated. Constructor is also called a magical function. This is just because of in PHP magical method is start using with two underscore characters. Okay, when you create a new object, it is useful to initialize its properties. For example, we have the bank account, and the object you can set its initialize the balance to a specific amount. So PHP provides you a special method to help where you can initialize the object's properties, which is called constructor. Here I will tell you about some of the examples of the constructor where you can see that how we create the constructor. And the class here is, I have to write, let's suppose the class here is bird. Okay, now here I have to write public, and the public here is the bird name. Okay, which is equal to, here I just write that the bird is the name here is, let's suppose I have to write that this is parrot. Okay, so this is the parrot as a bird, and then here I have to write this is the public, and the public here is the function, and now I am just creating the constructor right here. So the constructor here, I just told you that you have to write two underscore sign and then constructor as a keyword, and then here I have to write this is a bird, and the bird which is name, which is my variable here, what I am just creating here inside this class. Okay, now here after that you can see that here I have to write this keyword. So this here is, I have to write this is the bird name right here, which is equal to, I have to get this bird name. Okay, now after that here you can see that I have to write bird, which is equal to new bird. Okay, this is my object right here, what I am just creating, and here I have to write that parrot is a bird. Okay, now here you can see that. Now here I just create a constructor right here, which is a public function, and then constructor, and now I am just calling this constructor right here. So this constructor will automatically call just because of we initialize the object, and the classes here is bird right here, you can see that. Okay, hope so you understand now. Now after that I have to write echo, and the echo here is bird. Okay, and then here I have to write this is the bird name right here. Now here I am running this code where you can find the parrot is a bird as the output. Now just come back to the code. Firstly you can see that I am just creating the class, then this is the public bird which is equal to parrot right here, which is the variable name, and initialize the value. Then here I have to write that a constructor right here which is using with the function, and which is the bird name right here, which is my variable here. Then after that this, and here bird name, and then bird. Here you can see that I have to recall this constructor automatically just because of here I just create this constructor right here, which is the bird name. Okay, now let's just turn to the one other example right here where I have to write PHP and then close this PHP tag right here. Any example right here, this is a very simple example for your understanding only, where I have to write this is a public, and the public here is the function. Firstly I have to create this function as a public, then here I have to write that this is constructor. Okay, then after that here I just didn't initialize any of the values right here, and here I have to print that echo, and echo here is constructor. Okay, Now here you will see that while we are creating the object, so I am just calling this constructor right here. So obj which is equal to new, and the new here is ABC. ABC is my class name. So here you can see that this is the first constructor what I'm just creating here, and then obj which is the new right here. And same as the case like that you can see here. You can call the lot of time to this constructor as well. Run this code. So you can see here constructor, 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 and the constructor right here. So this is how you can create your constructor. Here you can see that firstly I have to create the class name. Okay, then here I just initialize the constructor right here. Okay, and then after that here you can see that you have to create the object to that as well. Now you know about that how we create the constructor and how we get the values from it. Do you know about the constructor overloading? So constructor overloadings allow you to create the multiple constructor with a same name. Let's see here. You have the constructor name here which is bird, which is the bird name. Okay, and if you want to reuse this name in the second code as well, so this means that you overload this constructor right here. Let's suppose we have public, and the public function here is underscore construct, and the construct here is I am just using the same and this same variable name right here and the same constructor right here. Okay, so this means that here you have to use or you have to create the constructor overloading, which means that this is, you can see here constructor, and this is a constructor as well. Okay, here you can see that the constructor overloading allow you to create the multiple constructors with the same name constructors, but the parameters here are different. The constructor overloading enables you to initialize the object properties in the various way. Let's see, you have the different types of parameters like bird name, then bird color as well, then bird species as well, but here you can see that the constructors are same right here. So this means that this is a constructor overloading in the PHP programming language. Then another thing, that why you need constructor. As we know, the constructor is a special function and it is automatically called when any object of the class is initiated or initialized. So in that way we can take the benefit of the constructor by using it in our class. We can step the object before using it or can start the sessions in the constructor, so we don't have to start in every method of the class. You can simply write some lines of code and they initiate an object to call the class method, then the constructor is called as an object is initiated like initialized, and the line of code which is written in the constructor is executed automatically, same like this code. Hope so you understand now. If you find any of the problem regarding to this lecture, please let me know, and thanks for watching this lecture.